Okay, we are on our last scene here of the day. And then to remind everybody how the Masterclass flow works, as soon as we're done, everyone takes a breath and then gets to work. So hopefully you've got some energy in you to apply all of what we've talked about. Just grind away the best you can, come in tomorrow and just realize it's an intensive weekend. That's the point. So the more work you can put in, the more we'll get out of tomorrow for sure. And that's that. So here's our last scene. We have actors Thomas and Yael working through a play, an excerpt from a play called Sure Thing by David Ives.
Excuse me. Is this chair taken?
Excuse me?
Is this taken?
All right, we'll pause here. Very good. These two actors are new to Masterclass. We'll give them a round of applause. We need a voice.
Okay.
You have to be able to hear your voice reverberate off the back.
We'll be loud.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Is this chair taken?
Excuse me?
Is this taken?
Yes, it is.
Oh, sorry.
Sure thing.
Excuse me, is this chair taken?
Excuse me?
Is this taken?
No, but I'm expecting somebody in a minute.
Oh, thanks anyway.
Sure thing.
Excuse me, is this chair taken?
No, but I'm expecting somebody very shortly.
Would you mind if I sit here until he or she or it comes?
They do seem to be pretty late.
You never know who you might be turning down.
Sorry, nice try though.
Sure thing. Is this seat taken?
No, it's not.
Would you mind if I sit here?
Yes, I would.
Oh. Is this chair taken?
No, it's not.
Would you mind if I sit here?
No, go ahead.
Thanks. Every place else seems to be taken.
Mm-hmm.
Boys.
Great place.
Mm-hmm.
What's the book?
I just wanted to read in quiet, if you don't mind.
No, sure thing. Great place for reading.
Mm-hmm.
What's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Hemingway. What's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Have you read it?
No, I've sure read about it, though. It's supposed to be great.
It is great.
I hear it's great. Waiter? What's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Have you read it?
I'm a Mets fan myself.
Have you read it?
Yeah, I read it in college.
Where was college?
I was lying. I never really went to college. I just like to party.
Where was college?
I went to Oral Roberts University.
Where was college?
ITT Tech.
Where was college?
Metro.
Where was college?
Harvard.
Do you like Faulkner?
I love Faulkner. I spent a whole winter reading him once.
I've just started.
I was so excited after the first 10 pages. I went out and bought everything else he wrote. One of the greatest reading experiences of my life. Page after page of gorgeous prose, all that incredible psychological understanding, the way he's grasped the mystery of time and human existence, the smells of the earth. What do you think?
I think it's pretty boring.
What's the book?
The Sound and the Fury.
Oh, Faulkner.
Mm-hmm. Do you like Faulkner?
I love Faulkner.
He's incredible.
I spent a whole winter reading him once.
I was so excited after the first 10 pages. I went out and bought everything else he wrote.
All that incredible psychological understanding.
And the prose is so gorgeous.
And the way he's grasped the mystery of time.
And human existence.
And the smells of the earth.
I just can't believe I waited this long to start reading him.
You never know. You might not have liked him before.
That's true.
You might not have been ready for him. You have to hit these things at the right moment or it's no good.
That's happened to me.
It's all in the timing. My name's Bill, by the way.
I'm Betty.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, I thought reading Faulkner was a great experience.
Yes.
The sound and the fury.
Well, onwards and upwards.
Waiter. You have to hit these things at the right moment or it's no good.
That's happened to me.
It's all in the timing. My name's Bill, by the way.
I'm Betty.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you come in here a lot?
I'm actually in town for 2 days from Pakistan.
Oh, Pakistan. My name's Bill, by the way.
I'm Betty.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you come in here a lot?
Every once in a while. Do you?
Not so much anymore. Not as much as I used to before my nervous breakdown. Do you come in here a lot?
Why do you ask?
Just interested?
Are you actually interested, or are you just trying to pick me up?
No, I'm really interested.
Why would you want to know if I come in here a lot?
Just getting acquainted.
Maybe you're only interested for the sake of making small talk long enough to ask me back to your place to listen to music. Or because you just got a Disney Plus subscription. Or because you just got some unknown terrific Taylor Swift record. Only all you really want to do is fuck, which you won't do very well, after which you'll go to the bathroom and pee very loudly, then pad into the kitchen and get yourself a beer from the refrigerator without asking me if I'd like anything, and then proceed to lie back down and confess that you have a girlfriend named Stephanie who's away at medical school in Belgium for a year, and you've been involved in off and on in what you'll call a very intricate relationship for the past 7 years, none of which interests me, mister.
What's the book?
Do you come in here a lot?
Do you come in here a lot?
Every other day, I think.
I come in here quite a lot, and I don't think I've seen you before.
I guess we must be on different schedules.
Misconnections.
Yeah, different time zones.
Amazing how you can live right next door to somebody in this town and not even know it.
I know.
City life.
It's crazy.
We probably pass each other in the street every day. Right in front of this place, probably.
Yep.
Well, the waiters here sure seem to be on some different time zone. I can't seem to locate one anywhere. Waiter! So, what do you...
I beg your pardon?
Nothing, sorry.
I guess we're just on different schedules.
Misconnections.
Yeah, different time zones.
Amazing how you can live right next door to somebody in this town and not even know it.
I know.
City life.
It's crazy.
You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
Actually I was.
Oh, boyfriend?
Sort of.
What's a sort of boyfriend?
My husband.
Uh-huh. You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
Actually I was.
Oh, boyfriend?
Sort of.
What's a sort of boyfriend?
We were meeting here to break up.
Mm-hmm. What's a sort of boyfriend?
My lover. Oh, here she comes right now.
You weren't.
You weren't waiting for somebody to... You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
No, just reading.
It's sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it? Reading here by yourself?
You think so?
Well, sure. What's a good-looking woman like you doing out alone on a Friday night?
Trying to keep away from lines like that.
No, listen. Please. I was just trying... Please! You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
No, just reading.
It's sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it? Reading here by yourself?
Guess it is in a way.
I mean, what's a good-looking woman like you doing out alone on a Friday night? No offense.
I'm out alone on a Friday night for the first time in a very long time.
Oh.
See, I just ended a relationship.
Oh.
Rather long-standing.
I'm sorry. Well, since reading here by yourself is such a sad occupation for a Friday night, would you like to go elsewhere?
No.
Do something else?
No thanks.
I was headed to the movies in a little bit anyway.
I don't think so.
Big chance to let Faulkner catch his breath. All of those long sentences get him pretty tired.
Thanks anyway.
Okay,
I appreciate the invitation.
sure thing. You weren't waiting for somebody when I came in, were you?
No, just reading.
Sort of a sad occupation for a Friday night, isn't it? Reading here by yourself.
Guess I was trying to think of it as existentially romantic, you know? Like cappuccino, great literature, rainy night.
That only works in Paris. We could hop a late plane to Paris, stroll the Concorde, sneak into a cafe.
I'm a little short on plane fare tonight.
Darn it, so am I.
To tell you the truth, I was headed to the movies after I finished this section. Did you want to come along since you can't seem to find a waiter?
That sounds interesting. But
Girlfriend?
2, actually. One of them's pregnant. And Stephanie.
Girlfriend?
No, I don't have a girlfriend. Not unless you mean that castrating bitch I dumped last night.
Girlfriend?
Sort of.
What's a sort of girlfriend?
My mother.
Oh my god.
I actually just ended a relationship
Oh,
of rather long standing.
sorry to hear it.
This is my first night out alone in a long time, and I feel a little bit at sea, to be honest.
So you're not just talking to me because you're some Jehovah's Witness or have some weird political affiliation?
No, straight down the ticket Republican. Straight down the ticket Democrat. Can I tell you something about politics? I like to consider myself a citizen of the universe. I'm unaffiliated.
That's a relief. So am I.
I vote my beliefs.
Labels are not important.
Labels are not important.
Labels are not important, exactly. Take me, for example. So what if I got a 2-point at a 3-point at 4-point at college? Or if I did come from Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Jersey, what's wrong with Cleveland? Westchester County.
Sure.
I believe a man is what he is. I believe a person is what he is. I believe a person is what they are.
I think so too.
So what if I admire Trotsky? So what if I had a total body liposuction? So what if I don't have a penis? So what if I spent a year in the Peace Corps? I was acting on my convictions.
Sure.
You can't hang a sign on a person.
Absolutely. I bet you're a Scorpio. Listen, I was headed to the movies after I finished this section. Did you want to come along?
That sounds fun. What's playing?
A couple of the really early Woody Allen movies.
Oh,
You don't like Woody Allen?
sure, I like Woody Allen.
But you're not crazy about Woody Allen.
The early ones get on my nerves.
Uh-huh. I
What's the
think
mouse? Line?
You say, I was headed to the.
Okay. Simultaneous.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
I was headed to the... I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I was headed to the movies in a little bit anyway. And
So was I.
the Woody Allen Festival?
Just up the street.
Do you like the early ones?
I think anybody who doesn't ought to be run off the planet.
How many times have you seen Bananas?
8 times.
12. Still interested?
Do you like Entenmann's crumb cake?
I went out last night at 2 a.m. and bought one. Did you have an Etch-a-Sketch as a child?
Yes. Do you like Brussels sprouts?
No. I think they're disgusting.
They are disgusting.
Do you still believe in marriage in spite of current sentiments against it?
Yes.
And children?
3 of them.
2 girls and a boy?
Harvard, Vassar, and Brown.
And will you love me
Yes.
and cherish me forever?
Yes.
Still want to go to the movies?
Sure thing.
And kiss, because you can. Yay!
Later!
It's the advantage of being a couple when you gotta just do it.
Yay.
Hey, you two, so good.
So good.
Oh man.
Great dinging.
Yeah.
Great dinging.
All right.
I kept telling him, I was like, you know, my favorite part is the end. We get to say all that stuff.
All that mushy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff.
No, it was fun, and I'm gonna talk to you guys just personally a little bit. So, I don't know you well. I know you a little bit. You know, you've come to a couple months of classes, or more than a couple now. We've been around, and we've had a couple talks outside of class, and there's been some trust that we've built. And I just want you to know, it's interesting. Like I just love the two of you. I think you're awesome.
Thank you.
Really, yeah, you're welcome. And I'm so happy you're doing the class. I'm so happy that you're in it and you took it seriously. And look at you with your memorization. You know, it's like all the stuff that we tell our minds. Yeah, but like we tell our minds something, and then we're like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. And then you did it, and then I think it was one line. One line I helped you with. I helped him with more lines than you. You know, I mean, really. And you're just like, hell yeah, hell yeah. It was magical. It was magical. And so what we can do probably is, so now what's needed is more voice. So even when I corrected the voice, it still wasn't enough. Okay. And we're getting good responses from the audience, but it will be even better if you're twice as loud. You just have to fill the space. You have to be, I was having a talk with another actor, and now I've used this example a couple times. The person probably wouldn't mind that I would say this, but I won't use their name anyway. Said they're soft-spoken in life and something that they're working on, and realized that the other day was speaking to someone in the drive-thru, and the person in the drive-thru had to say, what? Right? And they're like, oh yeah, I gotta speak up. It's just situational awareness. That's all it is. So this is not a huge space, but it's big enough. The curtains are gonna eat up some of the sound. You're pointed at us, we're a little bit away from you. You just have to use the ear and go, okay, what's the volume that really fills the space?
So it's, excuse me, is this chair taken?
More.
Excuse me, is this chair taken?
Excuse me?
That's better.
Okay.
Do it again.
Excuse me, is this chair taken?
Louder. So she hit it. When I said better, it was her that did better.
Excuse me, is this chair taken?
That's better.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Is this taken?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then just work it so it's not like, wah.
Yeah. And
still
that's
have
one of the keys
inflection.
is you have to get good at being sweet and soft and whispering and still having that big booming voice, because you both have big booming voices. So it's just a matter of you tapping into it without sounding angry.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the first thing. Then the second thing is I would say now you might be able to play with more stuff just to see what might work, like what could pull extra funny out. Where like, I don't know, like you got into your crazy woman thing, you probably heighten that. You got into creepy dude, could probably heighten that. I think that there should be moments where we're really hitting it off and then we don't. And then we're really hitting it off and we don't. Like it's kind of like we come in to be close and then it's like, oh, now we ran out of stuff to say. Or, oh, now what you said was super weird and I wish I wasn't leaning in. You know? Yeah, and then even with the, and there's hints all over. So looking at it, it doesn't say he enters again. So probably you don't,
Okay.
which you didn't. So that was great. So then even something as subtle as like, which way do you turn? Or, and this would be back to like rehearsal on like a bell, but like do we want it to maybe be longer and then faster maybe or whatever, and you can kind of feel that out. Yeah, and I mean the nice thing is the two of you are married, so all of like the backstory stuff we actually don't really have to worry about too much. You know, you just get to be like, you know, you get to play little characters and then fall in love, and you are in love, so that works out.
We've definitely got backstory of craziness anyways.
So
So
talk to me about your first go at Masterclass.
Nervous, but did better than I thought we would.
Definitely did better than I thought we would.
Your choice.
Yeah, but cool.
How about the process? Like going like we got the script.
Yeah,
rehearsing.
that was hard, I think.
Yeah, in like, I mean, if we have built more trust and told you the rest of like what the last 3 or 4 months of our life has been like, you would think it's a miracle that we were able to like even get this far.
Yeah.
So it was hard, I think, mostly because of that. If things were kind of like normal, I feel like we would have been a lot more memorized and like rote memory. Process-wise, other than that, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. I think the memorization part was hard, like working on it, finding the time and having like that right like spirit and energy to want to work on it, just based on like what our lives have been like.
Yeah.
Has been hard, but we did it. And
we did do it.
Yeah, we did do it. And so it is a miracle. Yeah.
And good on you too. You know, I mean, we what we don't realize sometimes as people is that we do carry stuff, right? So I felt it. I wasn't sure at certain points. So like I wonder if they'll. I hope they come back, but I don't know because I can feel some energy, you know, and like a testament to you is the fact that you're doing. You're putting yourself into something, some kind of progression that's going to move you forward from the pain, whatever the pain is. You're pushing forward through it and finding excuses to be happy. It's like, hey, I'm gonna. We're. It's like, and sometimes it feels like work. Actually, like it's work to force ourselves into a place where we get to be happy, because feeling sad feels so natural. You know, and I don't know the thing, but I know that I've been through some things with my wife that have been very, very, very hard, and so I can only imagine what you might be going through. But we've been through some very hard things, and I know what it feels like to have to choose to be happy at times. So, good on you for that.
Thanks for recognizing.
I don't know that we're going to get too much from working the tiny moments right now because you guys, you did it, and we're here, and we're kind of past that moment. I can kind of do some start-stop tomorrow. What I would recommend is that if you can find the energy, look for little places where you can individually, maybe, find spots where you think you might be able to surprise the other person tomorrow. So you be weird in a whole new way, you be psycho in a whole new way, where you get to like really go like, holy shit, like they're making that choice right now and I'm having to deal with it. And then we get to see that organic response.
Cool.
And you know, we found this play. This play means a lot to me. We found this play, and for our grand opening of this place, when we had built out our stage and like we had our very first grand opening, we had a bunch of students who all knew us and loved us, and we moved to this space. So it was like we had been open for a while, but it was a grand opening of this place. And so I had one of my best friends at the time played the guy role, and we had some other student play the girl role, and the two of them played my wife and I. So we rewrote the whole thing to be hers and my story, and how we're gonna like open a studio together and whatever, you know. And we didn't have kids or anything at the time. It was kind of like, you know, it was just like we were just brand new, and so then we've actually used it in a couple different ways like that. Where that's why I knew it could be rewritten, and it still really works. Like the comedy in here is like really brilliant, you know. So anyway, the two of you did it justice. Oh, and the guy who performed that night, there was a woman or a girl, I guess. She was young, a young woman in the crowd watching him. They got married. So not the one that was on stage with him, but somebody that was watching, and they met each other and then married. So. Pretty happy story. So, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Anything else you want to say?
I do have a question about the blocking of like in the very beginning.
Let's work it. Okay. We got time. Let's work it. All right. So tell me what's your question.
Super simple question. It's kind of like, right, is this chair taken? Blah, 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 blah. No. Ding. Is it like a walk away and spin, or can I just kind of like...
That's what I like better. So I personally don't like spinning away. So I'm always putting myself in your shoes. So like this spin feels weird.
Yeah.
This spin feels more natural.
Yeah.
I might even come from this side instead of that side, so that it's easier to come in. And then I think that's the other thing I guess I would say is for both of you, having moment before and having some kind of like playing this really real. So is he like looking around? Is the place really busy? I think he says that or something, right? Every other place is taken. Yeah. So he comes in and there's like one chair, you know? And so he's like, well, I guess I'll ask if I could sit down. To which, like, if the more she says no, when like every other chair is taken and she's saying no, that even like says something about her character, you know? But that's like kind of a visualization. So then I would say let yourself feel, you know, sure thing. And if you time it, so that are you going to be here tomorrow?
Yeah.
So if you happen to be able to do it, you're kind of playing the moment too. Like there was a couple times you came in too soon. So if he's like, sure thing. Ding.
Yeah.
That's a good time for the ding, right?
Yeah, I just did it like right away.
Right, because you're also having to read, so like you're doing perfect. But if you happen to be able to see, because he could be like, sure thing.
So I can play
Ding.
a little bit?
Yeah, you could play it a little bit because you're kind of watching them like when would be a great time to start over, whereas other times it's like it would be better to be faster, you know.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay.
But yeah, I would probably just right there.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, so when we were rehearsing, there were moments where I was kind of like taking my time a little bit more because I thought it would be funnier. For example, the part where he does this whole monologue about like how great the book is, and then he's like, what do you think? And I think it's boring. And I kind of wanted to be like, I think it was pretty boring. Like, give it a breath. But he thought that I should, and I was doing that throughout the script with like certain lines, but Tommy thought that I should not do that.
Tommy Wright.
Okay.
Tommy Wright. So I think you have to be aware of where did the playwright put the word pause.
That's what he was saying. He was taking what you said from the previous thing and
Tommy
he's like,
Wright.
it doesn't say pause and
Tommy
it doesn't
Wright.
say.
So therefore, where you do have to pause is on a laugh. Just because they're laughing, I can't talk.
Right.
If I talk while they're laughing, I'm training them not to laugh.
Okay.
I don't want to train them not to laugh. I want them to laugh. So if they start laughing and then I talk, they'll shut up and then they'll be afraid to laugh next time when they think it's funny. So the only time, and like it might hit somebody's funny bone one time. You could be mid-sentence and then like they're laughing really loud, you just wait and then you finish your sentence. So you're just listening for that. So that's kind of one of those exceptions to the rule. But a lot of times the pause will be written in there where there is a big laugh.
Yeah. Or the ... That's a pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yael's right about everything else.
Still recording. Okay, so
great.
it's walking in.
Yeah, and oh, that's the other thing, I guess, is the more you can set up the same. So let's say you look around once, when it dings, you come back, same thing. Until it sort of fast forwarded itself.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. So
So-
the first two are kind of like in, looking.
Like whatever you do, but in your mind you're thinking like, you maybe you notice there's only one chair, you know, but that comes into your whole backstory because the idea is obviously, you know, this chance meeting of two people and it ends up working out.
Yeah.
All the way to the end of marriage.
Cool.
Cool.
Good job, you two.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, let's get to work. We'll see you tomorrow.
Good job, guys.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank
being our
you.
bell.